welcome punters as I walk in on the red carpet here to the Melbourne Hub of Finance. Big news during the week, as may be seen by the props. Got some new sponsors, Dicko, I believe. I'll give you the microphone back. We haven't got enough sponsors yet to get 4 microphones, but Mountain Goat have generously donated to our funding our liver health, and it's actually a bloody good drop. I didn't think
Victoria's
I'd say.
#1 beer.
It is a good drop. Local beer to Melbourne, right near Dicko's new hood as well. But look, we're here today to mainly discuss one of the best weekends of the year.
Yeah, racing wise, sport, key.
Racing, sport. I think we've decided to do the Caulfield card on Sunday, which is a great card. So I'll pass over to Dicko here with the microphone. I'll let him divulge his interests.
No, we'll just kick straight in. So, you ready with the market?
So we're going to do race 1.
Race 1.
No Mountain Yard mail.
Well, there's Mountain Yard mail from Belmont, from Caulfield and Randwick. Big day. So you'll also get Moon Valley on Friday night and Caulfield on Sunday from Victoria. And Pistol Pete is actually, if you're a tight ass and don't want to pay the 11, then you can get the Sky radio over there in Perth. He's actually on the radio, I think, on Saturday. So before each race, he was on there on Wednesday, and he's going to be doing a fair bit of it moving forward. So that's pretty good news.
Got right. Nick Noonan here and Nick
Oh yeah. Well, he didn't intro the boys.
Intro the panel.
What about the panel?
Well, it's a big panel here today. I'm just bitterly disappointed I have to share a microphone with an imbecile like yourself.
You probably don't need to share it anyway. It's pretty loud.
Yeah, I suppose I'm a bit wound up today. It's been a fucking early start. And you blokes come into the office, which I actually appreciate, come bearing gifts, which is good. But
Yeah,
we've got some great panellists here today, in Nick Noonan and Nick Heath, and myself and you.
Yeah, and I think while I've got Nick here, you guys have been using the trial stuff. Have you not found it quite valuable?
I love the trial, the jump out trial thing. So well done, Nico. Yeah, I smashed into the written by Blue Diamond winner.
Yeah.
Backed that. Bonds away run on huge. There was a couple other horses.
Don't bring up Bonds away.
It was still a nice run. So
It was a good run.
I'd say I don't really like digging into all of the jump outs. So if I've got a quick reference there and something's highlighted in green or blue, that sort of it gets me excited. And I used it yesterday at Flemington and just missed a couple of horses that
It really helped yesterday
Yeah,
at
well, it was handy. I really like it.
But let's be honest. What are you charging for it?
$10 a week.
$10 a week.
$10
It's
a
probably
week.
going to go up pretty soon because
Yeah.
it's quality, and the less sort of that have it, the more valuable it is to those that do.
Yeah. So for $10 a week,
And there's some big.
You don't have to
there's
watch
some-
any jump
there's
outs.
some
It's
big,
sanity.
and there's
It's
some
sanity
big boys
play.
getting it. Like decent punters getting it. So it's going to get better and bigger.
well, there you go. $10 a week, money well spent. So we are going to kick off today with Caulfield race 1, which is a Catanac Jewels handicap over 1,400 metres. In the market, Holbein's favourite at $4.80, Eclair calling $5, Murrahip $6, closer to the bottom, Artie's Dream Winner $7.50, and Nodio $9. Double figures the rest. Nodio, Dunny aboard, whatever you want to call it. Have you got a speed out there, Dicko?
Yeah, I think Lucky Fish and Holbein will kick up. Artie's Dream Winners, Godspeed, Sunday Prey and Star Fortune will get forward. Spannerhead, sort of cast, Eclair Calling, Kentucky Breeze, and I think Way Anchor from 1. If the tripod was on Mickey Walker, you'd think it could be real forward. But with Hugh Bowman on, what happened on Saturday with Hugh, where's his head at? He's often pretty average when winches around. I'm not sure what to do with him on Saturday. The rest further back, I'm doing the card for an even bias. Do you guys agree with that? Like no bias at all, fair racing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Caulfield's played pretty well. Back to true, it might be right.
It depends how much they've watered the track and what rain's on the radar. They talk about Saturday, Friday, Saturday.
Which is, let's be honest, it's one of the hardest things about previewing this card today on a Thursday. There is rain predicted on Friday, a little bit Saturday.
I don't think there's enough rain.
But because it's predicted, they won't know what to do yet.
Yeah, if it's hard underfoot when you get there, like if it's on the better side of 4, it'll be on pace. If it's got a bit of a cutout, they might get out wider.
Well, that's wisdom from the wish there.
Possibly, but that's completely wishy, sitting on the fence going, if it does this, it'll be right, you know. But
Yeah.
You know, the trials shut down his account anyway. We found out who he is and where he is. So, copped his right whack. Lucky we didn't go into his place of work in South East Melbourne. So, southeastern suburbs.
Race 1.
Race 1. So I'll give you the odds. Now, Nick, kick off.
You're the odds man.
Alright,
Yeah.
we done the odds, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought
No.
Holbein and Claire Calling were the two for mine. Like Holbein's win there last start at Geelong was good win. Start before that, he's good. He's got sort of figures back from his 3-year-old days that put him at a pretty sort of decent level. I think the map's good enough for him to come across, get a spot up there on speed. Ben Malm's a good jock. And then Claire Calling, I sort of had him the fave out of the two. I think it's maybe potentially could be a 2-horse race, but Chris Caserta put me off a little bit just because he hasn't been riding that much. I know he rode a winner yesterday, so there's probably a tick for him. But barrier 4, he should get a pretty sort of nice running behind him, third up. He's got good form last prep around sort of like Flying Murdy, who was a really progressive horse before he got sold. His win at Flemington was good. I think these are the sort of two progressive horses in the race. They are the two I was happy to back.
I thought Holbein might be a moral. Just wait and see out parades. I think there's going to be enough interest in other horses here. We're going to get a really nice price if I like in the yard. 4x4 is the wrong price. I think it's good odds. Way Anchor and No-Show can win as well. I thought Murrayhead is unders, and I thought Eclair Calling was real unders.
Tell
I
you
thought it
what,
was flooded at Flemington and not going to get it near as easy here.
Tell you what was value. Whatever price they bet at Holby last start at Geelong. Hindsight's a great view.
Yeah.
Well, right, Scoot, what do you got, mate?
Oh, there's only one horse I want to back here, and that's Eclair Calling. It comes out of the Violate race. I found it last start. $1 for dollars, nearly won the Sir Rupert Clark, and then Interlocket has run first up, and it's flying. And then this horse, you know, it sort of ran on okay, and now it's up to it goes from 54 to 60, but it's listed back in grade. It's rock hard fit. It'll probably just sit a couple of pairs back, and I don't know. I can see a lot of money for this horse, to be honest. It's still lightly raced. It's probably open with improvement. It's honest.
That's a great read of the race. It scared me there big time.
So
Well, it's just like it looks
The
too
dollar for
obvious.
dollar form line.
It just looks too obvious. But you're betting $5.50, so I'm worried that why are they betting $5.50? I thought it'd be like a $3.20 chance.
I think it's because Craig gets off and Chris gets on. SP $13
Yeah, I think
was suited.
that's a big thing for mine.
It had every possible last start with Craig. Now it's got Chris, and it's a busier map. It might not get the soft run.
Well, he owes me one because I bet against Finland yesterday, so hopefully.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of. I don't think jockeys woke up at all yesterday. Like they constantly ran 12.5 sections. The track wasn't on pace yesterday. They just fucking walked.
I couldn't find much.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, I couldn't find much else in the race that I liked outside of that, so I don't know. I might back it.
So maybe betting in the first, maybe.
Yeah, I'll back it. I think $5.50's a spoil.
Right, with 4 on the panel, this is going to take ages, mate.
So what? If you don't like it, don't watch.
What to eat? What to
The
eat?
boys are putting their nuts on the line here.
I've got one microphone. My arm's going to ache like this. My arm's going to ache like it was a pupil free day in the 90s holding this up all night. So race 2, we've got the Lapine Funerals handicap, 1400 metres. Favourite in this race is El Passam, $4.80. Waging Wars, $5.50. Cliff's Edge, $4.80. Violate, $6.50. Tatouche, the South Australian visitor, $7.50. Double figures the rest. You got a map there, Sticko?
Yeah, Sir Coney, thanks to puntingform.com.au, my workbook, I've got Sir Coney leading with Aussie's Choice. Our Passam and Cliff's Edge can roll forward. Wouldn't be surprised if Cliff's Edge takes his sweet, beautiful time with a very positive jockey change of Ethan Brown jumping on. Cross and probably lead and expose a few of these horses. Grand Rosso and I reckon Take It in Turn will hold a decent spot. Tatouche and Waging War further back, Violate, back there. Obviously, Cliff's Edge my favourite horse and Chop King Jr. is my favourite jockey. I don't think it's the right price currently. I think
So
it's
you're going
too
to come
short.
in your jocks if it wins?
I'll have something on and I'll be pretty excited if it wins. I did have a word to the owners of Cliff's Edge read the ride. The last few times I suggested booking Ethan Brown. I'm cheering it. This is like a bit of a footy game for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think it's a race though that with any angle that's worth betting.
He's a good kid though. So.
Take it in turn. I think's overs. I think the money will come for it, and I'm happy sort of snipping some 18s and 16s as a starting point into the race. But I might just sit on that. But if Cliff's Edge parades well, I won't be able to help myself, and I'll be heavily on it.
Right.
I could make a case of Grand Rosso. I could make a case of Aussie's Choice.
Right, Nick.
I think it's
Nick
Aussie's Choice is one I think is
Stop
wrong
him
price.
I was happy enough to take it in turn here. Just think with the fast tempo that could be run here, like your horses like Saccone, El Passum, Cliff's Edge. I know he's probably not going to be like wanting the lead, but he'll still be thereabouts. It could push a bit of a tempo, could bring out the best horse, which could be him. I've liked his sort of work coming into the race. I marked him shorter than what his quote is. This think he has a lot of upside. I was team weird here. I thought Cliff's Edge, a bit unlucky last start. He's around his right sort of price of mine at 450 just because of what he's done. Like he's run second at Grunt. He's got some pretty, I think he's even beat Grunt.
ESP favourite against Grunt.
Yeah, he's got some pretty like good form lines like through last prep, third up Weir, and then Aussie's Choice. If they do roll along hard here and he can get out of the barriers, which has been his issues the last two, that's why he's drifted back. I think if he does jump well, he'll be right up there on the speed. He's another if the race is, if the track's sort of playing that sort of like on pace early, he'll be right in the finish. So I'd be happy enough to play those three, but taking in turn, I think it's a good price, around $14, good edge way mate.
Price wise, do you sort of thinking like me that take it in turn, Aussie's Choice might get spec, and because the other two Weirs have been spec, Cliffs will drift? I'm sort of thinking wait a bit if you want to back Cliff.
Yeah, I don't think there's a rush. People probably take it on, think it's sort of half gone. And yeah, I thought, Cliff's Edge, you could find it, had no luck last start, take it in turns import that I'm confused about. I'm a little bit surprised that they went violate 1400 again here, especially to a smaller track like Caulfield. Be careful he doesn't sort of sprout and look for further. If he wins, I'll be very impressed by it, and he could be just a brand new horse. So waging war is something that did, I don't know why it's had 29 days off, but it was disappointing last start. I'll probably let the market tell me what's going on here and just sort of wait, but I'm a little bit gun shy here with the import, and confused that Violate's stayed at 1400 metres.
Anything from the Wish?
Oh, you got to be wary of any late money for weird horses. We've seen it week in, week out.
Oh really? You mean kind of like yesterday in race 7 when Approach Discreet was a vicious drifter late in betting, then jumped with them, like with the first 4 horses from the gates, and was aggressively and violently snicked to a point that it over-raced and reared its head, whilst another weird horse, which was drawn outside of it, which was heavily backlayed, hemorrhaged you could say, was dug up to cross and lead and sit outside the lead. And then they walked 12-7-3, 12-7-4, 12-6-7, and then Approach Discreet. I reckon probably going to have a bigger closed sectional on punting form than the winner. But it was just mathematically impossible for it to win. Is that what you're sort of getting at?
It doesn't matter if it's on punting form. It ran home faster than the rest of them. Yes, we need to say punting form doesn't need to show you that. It's going.
No, you think Approach Discreet closed quicker than the winner?
Well, it looked to it.
Well, he's taking ground off it, so
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to fucking say it did. They snicked it and it costed the race.
I'm not an engineer or a physicist or whatever that, but watching the video, which showed force equals mass times acceleration, etc., yeah, it was going.
Was there anything in the steward's report about that race?
Oh, look, I've been busy writing finance, so I'm just happy to drink beer all weekend and go to the races Sunday with a hangover. I've been fit income though. I always can't wait. Like, I go to Mooney Valley tomorrow night, have 8-10 stubbies, come home, wake up, go and have a beautiful lunch.
Yeah. I'm going to stay away then.
In the crowd. Get up tomorrow. Get up Saturday morning, go and have lunch in the city somewhere, roll on the MCC members about 1:30, 1:45, sit up, have a few more beers, listen to Jimmy Barnes, watch West Coast Smash, bloody
I'm going to go to Mornington, Louie.
You're sick. Anyway, so we haven't got. Are we betting in that? We're all sort of taking in turn each way small. Is that what we're sitting with?
Well, I've backed the Weir import.
Yeah, I backed him too.
I expect it. I reckon it's going to go off.
Oh, everyone's left me out of the loop again.
Yeah, I've got left out of that too, and no bet for me. I'm just going to wait and let Betfair tell me late.
Yeah, I'll likely launch Cliff's Edge later.
Righto.
Race 3?
That's only race 3.
Race 3 is the Inglis Cup over 2,000 metres. Look, Prize Icon is the favourite. I was going to say it's short, but it's probably not short when I just run my eye over it. It's $2.10 you can get now, which might be good shopping just straight off the bat. Natoya 460, Octobello Natoya 460, Octobello 650, Legale $9. Bondiga, it's a bit of a non-winner, about $9 as well. So what do you got there, Snicko?
Speed. Ayers Rock will lead, Legale and Price Lock on next, then Armed and Ready, Crafty Devil might hold a good spot. Barry the Baptist and Octobello, I think will try and they'll have to roll forward. I think it'll be okay speed here. I can't get Price Lock on anywhere fucking near $2. I'm obviously the minority here, but this horse is going 1,500 to 2,000. It's its first go at Caulfield for a long time. This horse is not what it was, that's for sure. Chris Lee is flying, but he's a much better trainer in my opinion with like the 400 metre fillies, that sort of the stayers. It's just when this horse wins races, it wins good races. It won really good, strong races. This is not that sort of race.
Hold on, before we get moving, who's going to ride it?
Well, that's the other thing. Oliver's booked for it, so I'm taking $2. I don't even know if Oliver's riding it. Then when he doesn't ride, you'll end up with some. You're going from an A grader to a C grader.
I'll revoke all my comments. I'm sitting here doing finance all day. You come in the office, right?
No, but you're right. I was going to say that. Like, I'm not even sure he'll ride it.
Yeah.
I think Ayers Rock is a huge price. It was enormous last week. It backs up 7 days. It was at 2,000 metres last week. It stays at 2,000 metres. Dwayne Dunn. Tick, tick, tick. I'm pretty keen to have a little snippet it at the big odds.
Righto, Nick Noonan, fire into him.
Yeah, I agreed with your Ayers Rock.
Oh, what's happened here?
We'll just push on. Maybe you can fix that
Oh.
Walshy.
You want part two?
You're pulling the camera.
The camera's almost gone.
You won't think I'm John Allen.
That's it. Up
No, that's good.
and
good.
across it a little bit.
Oh,
Oh, this is embarrassing. There. That'll do.
You're a real professional here. I thought Prized Icon was.
You don't know what you've done yourself, Mountain Goat.
Wait a minute, go. What's that? Oh, no, that's the thing on the screen. I thought, what's that sun over the top of your head?
Alright, Prized Icon's moral for mine. I'm happy to take $2. Marked him shorter than that. You look through his form. 2,000. His last run at 2,000 metres, he ran third in a Ramvet. Only beaten 3 lengths by Galo Chop. Galo Chop would be about $1.10, $1.15 here. You look through his form last prep. He ran second to Winks. He's won a Derby. He's just better than this. Like, I like that he's had the sort of. I know he ran at 1,500 last start, but like prior to that, like 14, 16, 1,500, pretty much 1,600. He's been thereabouts in those sort of races. Little knock is that he's not the biggest winner. I know he's won those sort of races, but like early in his career, but he hasn't sort of put one on the board. But this is an easiest races that he's faced in a long time. I'm happy to back him at sort of around $2, even shorter, sort of like $1.70, $1.65. I think he is the best bet on the day. With Dicko, Ayers Rock's probably a bit of value, and maybe Shoreham. Like, he tends to bring his best 2,000 metres at Caulfield. Don't know what happened last day. He's a bit of a mythical horse, but the runs prior were okay. Like, if you get like 50 to 1, maybe something to place here, but the rest of them just sort of aren't that good. They're just midweek or country horses, really.
Yeah, I think it's a moral. I'm just hoping that I have a fat day tomorrow night, Saturday, and then I'll just press this horse. It's way better than this, and it gets set weight and penalties. English Cup, beautiful. It's just a free hit at 130k for the owners of Prize Icon.
Yeah, it's pretty much all
Which they certainly need.
It's an absolute moral.
Guri. Patlers.
Race 4.
They've only won 2 mil on it.
Race 4.
Yeah, well, she does deserve it.
I've got to say, all comments I say when hosting the show are surely in jest. I'm not inferring at any stage that John Allen pulls up horses. I just think he put in a very, very poor ride on approach. What was it called?
Approach discreet. And I don't think it's anything to do with John. I think John rides a lot of horses for Darren Weir because he does as he's told.
Okay, that's it. Everything's cleared the air. There'll be no $500 fines this week. Thank you very much.
Race 5.
No, race 4.
Yeah, race 4.
4, is it?
Race 4. The Ladbrokes back yourself handicapper. We
Don't
take
mention
Ladbrokes. We take
Yeah,
Ladbrokes out of this.
Yeah, don't even mention them again on the show.
I'd love to back myself with them, but I'll put money in their account. They closed the account. It took 3 weeks to pay me and had to go to Racing Victoria. That is fact to get my money back.
Yeah, now
That
they
is fact.
control and own the deck there at Caulfield, which I will say, Jake Norton and Caulfield and MRC have been really, really great.
No, Jake's a good
I've had to
operator.
deal with them this week to try and just make sure we can do what we do.
Yeah.
Extraordinarily nice people, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, it's been fun. The committee members I've dealt with there have been really good too.
Outstanding.
But I can't speak in high regard for Ladbrokes because you put your money in the account, then they won't give it back, they won't let you bet. And I did, that was fact, I had to go to Riding Race Victoria say I cannot get my money back out of this blokes.
And it's my
They won't let me,
good.
they won't let me bet. And they said I can't get the money back till I turn it over. How can I turn it over when I can't bet? So anyway, I hope someone stitches them really hard.
I'll try this week.
Right.
1100 metres race ball.
Favourite in the race here is Miss Leonardus. It's been pretty well backed. Our Crown Mistress, which I reckon was a winner at Caulfield as well, is $7. Sorry, I forgot Soothing from the Big Drew camp at $5. Look, it's an open field. They're the three well in the market. Snicko, what have you got, map-wise?
Our Crown Mistress and Working From Home probably lead in good times, got speed. Miss Leonidas and our Malambo probably riding behind that speed. Fragonard's forward. Crystal Fountain has got speed but from 17, I'm not sure. Smart Coupe, speed again, but not sure from 11. The rest further back. I think the map suits Miss Leonidas, our Malambo, and Egyptian Bullet. I think the price currently on offer for Miss Leonidas is gold. I think it'll start $320, maybe $340. I think it's borderline. It's easily, I think, the best bet on the card currently at $5. This is the only horse here that's got like severe upside, potential upside. Most are exposed or off big long breaks. Our Malambo was very good last start at Moonee Valley, but it was perfectly suited. And our Crown Mistress, you can easily chop on it and saving it, which we'll do from the Mounting Yard Mail, if it parades really well and forward. And then I'll obviously have a look at what Nico says from his trials. But I'm really keen Miss Leonidas here.
Yeah, I can see why. Like you said, she does have a lot of upside. Work coming this has been exceptional. Like my only sort of concern is that she's yet to sort of come up against these sort of mares. Like these are proven mares. She's only been racing in 3-year-old grade, but I think that's probably my only sort of knock on her, and it's not a real big one. I was happy enough to be with her on top. I think she's a real talent. The other horse in the race is Soothing. I know it's first time down from Sydney, but her last 2 wins have been really good up there. They've been in a sort of fashion that's dominant. She's got to get around Caulfield, which is some little concern, but $5 is the price I'm happy enough to find out. I think Working From Home is a talent. $21 looks a bit overs there. I marked her shorter than that, but I was sort of happy enough to play around those three. Marked Miss Leonidas and Soothing shorter than what they are, so that'll be the two for mine.
Scooty?
Yeah, look, I probably need to put a little bit more time into this race. There looks to be about 6 chances. It looks an absolute setup race, so I'd be looking towards the horses first up here. So be very careful of any horse first up. But no, I can't bet early and I need more time.
While she's been on the show, you just launched it with Miss Leonidas, have you?
One of I backed it.
Get over there just betting and then cracking beers.
I was just like, it's like you can get it drinking, it's mountain goat and then cracked it, you know. You can get it gambling. Matter of fact, I'm thirsty now. But no, my brother rang up yesterday and I said, you know, this is what we're doing for the weekend. He goes, yeah, you're fucking great, sort of thing, like in terms of, you know, excited to go to the valley, go to the footy, and he said to me, am I working Sunday with you? I'm like, nah, because you said Richmond were morals and you'd be in no state to get to the races. Well, you know, But yeah, he was actually declaring. He said Miss Leonidas is, you know, it's a super mare, and then you backed it up. And if it wins, I couldn't cop it from both angles, so I better have something on it.
Yeah.
So yes, I've just backed it, man.
Okay, race 5, Spice Thoroughbreds.
Yeah, it's the Spice of Thoroughbreds Testarossa, over 1,200 metres. Market tracking $3.70, Booker $4.40, Brave Song $5, and Kimono $5.50. The rest are out to bigger odds than that. This is good. I knew all the names of these horses, and I don't think I've butchered them.
Well done. Okay, I did it again's got speed, Booker's speed. Oak Door can have speed, don't know how they'll ride it. You never really know what the fuck John Sadler and his connections want to do. True Elixir, I think from 10 will cross and lead. Kick away, it'll be very hard to catch. I think it's a good price. Trekking gets a nice run, and there's a horse here that if it wins, I can hang myself if I'm not on it. So I'll definitely be having something small, Soci Bond, at the odds. It's huge odds for a horse that's fucked everyone.
It's a biter, isn't it?
No, I think has he just had his nuts off?
He's been gelded.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he can't have a nibble.
Yeah, he might still nibble. Anyway, I'm pretty keen to have good lashes here at number 10 True Elixir. You can get 14s everywhere. And Sosa Bond, you can get 14s everywhere. It's huge odds on him. Trekking, times aren't huge from Sydney, though it was a really good win. Remember, we got out of jail that day. Booker trialled okay, I thought, but not great. And the stable is not going any good, but they're often booking C graders and Damien Lanes on this one. Kimono could win, it's a spruik horse, I think. Anyway, I'm keen, True Elixir and Soci Bond.
Yeah, it pains me to do it, but I'm with him, I'm with the biter, Soci Bond. I think now he's gelded, he's come
We're going to
back.
have to send all these out before the show goes.
Come back a different horse.
You blokes are off your head. It's a maiden into open handicap class.
It's a fucking proper horse.
I reckon it's back to. I reckon it's better than what it has been previous.
Want to be? It's 1-1 race.
Now they've got it. They've had it a while now. Lindsay Park. They've gelded it. He's a proper Group 1 horse. He just has his issues. He's already proven that he's well up to that grade. Yeah, I'm happy enough to back him at around sort of $14. I marked him shorter than that. They're just still in the back of my mind.
So,
is that you know, just his traits, and he has burned us a few times before. But at 14, I'm happy to find out.
Imagine if you had your nuts off, how much more shit you get done, you know?
But do you know what the thing is? I've just started shooting from the hip. I've done no form. And as soon as I pot something, it improves 6 lengths. I've got the hat trick of Betfair Lays. I'm on the bottom of the ladder. I've potted 3 winners in a row. And I'm going down again this week, so I potted Trap for Fools because I potted it a few weeks
What
ago.
about on Wednesday? I potted our Librido, race 1, Flemington.
Yeah.
$1.80.
Yeah.
If Stephanie Thornton didn't decide to park herself on a leader, box seat, but
Mate.
on a 100 to 1 shot,
They don't
what
pay
a
on.
fucking what? Did you say that?
They don't pay on coulda, woulda, shoulda. So I go.
Yeah, you just think some people would
Yeah,
have
Scoot.
more of a fucking brain.
What have we got here, Scoot?
Like 100 to 1 shot.
Yeah, I don't really like this race. I thought there was probably 3 good chances. Kimono, probably 4 chances. Kimono's probably in the mix. Soci Bond, I can see why the guys sort of like it, but I can't back it. Brave Song, but it's sort of drawn in an awkward spot.
2 with Glyn.
Yeah,
Scary.
it is scary. Booker's sort of honest, and depends how the track plays. You know, she might give a bit of a cheek up front. They're the sort of horse I'm working around, but even though it looks a bit poxy, the Kimono 53 up to 59, bigger track. Everyone knows that Weir's horses improve deeper in their prep, so this is probably the right race for Kimono to win. But what price is he?
$6.
$6 is probably a fair price.
Well, it's right about the right price.
If there's money for Kimono hard late, you'd probably go with that, but it doesn't look like a real big edge race for me.
Righto, so the 2 in the middle here are back in Soci Bond.
I'm backing True Elixir hard as well, though.
Yeah, and Nick's sitting on the fence with the pickets up his arse. So righto, we'll go to race 6, which is the Caulfield Guineas Prelude over 1,400 metres. Declaration of Heart is $4.80.
Hemorrhage to Flemington.
It
Hemorrhage.
did. It did. Good and Fast $6.50. Wagner $8. Tavasan $9. Is there something up the top I've missed? I don't believe there is. Oh, Native Soldier $8.
Native Soldier.
There's actually one in this race that I looked at and thought, yeah, you can get it gambling, you can get it doing the show, drink the goat, get a goat up ya. It's a bloody good sponsorship, the goat, can't pot.
Mate, have you had the Steam Ale? The Steam Ale's probably the best beer in Australia.
We'll get on next
Well,
week.
we'll just get a
In the
box
blue
next week.
stubby.
There's
They
a lot
are
of stuff going to happen with the
absolutely
goat.
pure.
We're going to be doing shows from the brewery.
Can't wait to do a show.
We're going to have some functions at the brewery.
Beautiful.
Would any Uber drivers like to sponsor us?
Deal.
Yeah, we can work something out. We can
No, we're happy with Mountain Goat, aren't we?
spruik Uber.
I'm really happy with
I'm
it.
actually going to say something here in this race. There's a horse in that I looked at and I thought would be a nice each way bet, which is I think it's a professional horse, and I think the trip from Sydney will season it well. I'd have no
Oh, yeah.
hesitation having something each way on Longleaf at double figures for mine. But anyway, Snicko, you better give me a map before I start giving betting advice.
There's a decent map here. And this is why I couldn't push punting form hard enough, because by now you know what the track's doing.
Their maps are great.
And you can highlight what's suited and what's not suited, and there'll be a change of tactics. There'll definitely be a couple of change of tactics here. Like, is Native Soldier going to go forward again? Because they tried to sneak almost last start, they went that slow. It goes forward, it and Tavisan, good speed.
It was lame last start, Native Soldier,
Yeah.
no, because I put my money on it. It was lame, everything got back breaks down.
Yeah, really big form turnaround back to Caulfield too.
Exactly,
and
back
off
to
the
where it
line.
dominated.
Yeah,
But now on the punting form thing, you can sort it out, because if there is a pattern, you can now adjust to it. Tavisan and Native Soldier should cross and lead. Thorndor, lovely run, fighting Harada forward. Wagner, Marcel from Madrid, good spots. I'm worried where Longleaf's going to land.
It'll be
And I
back.
reckon it's going to tow a horse like good and fast into the race. I do like Longleaf a lot, and it was better than Native Soldier first up at Caulfield. Then it's gone to Sydney, which could be really good for it. Hard to knock Native Soldier, but I don't want to bet the race. I think it's just too many angles. But if I had to, I'd be good and fast. He was fucking enormous at Flemington, and if Leonardo da Vinci pisses in, which I reckon it will at the
Right,
Valley, then it's
Should.
good and fast. Price will come in again. I think that's the A grade form at the moment. And this horse was first up, really beautiful condition. I think it'll explode here, but they've got to be able to run on.
Yeah,
That's
it's got to be a
what
fair
I'm-
track.
That's what I was trying to get to with the punting form shit. So I'll know. I'll be like, nah, can't win from that point of the track.
Yep.
By this stage of the day,
But mind you, by that stage today, last week and the week before too,
it started to swing around.
now they put a bit of pace on too in the races, and
Yeah, there should be good speed here.
it shouldn't be that sign. Yeah, if it was called winning, everyone would be doing it. It's called gambling, so we've got to take in a lot of factors and do our level best.
But if Native Soldier doesn't jump cleanly or doesn't go forward, and Mr. Exclusive and Fighting Rider aren't too positive, there won't be much speed.
It'll be positive in this. They're 3-year-olds.
You think so?
3-year-old
I'm
colts,
saying,
they speed up.
I think
They
there will
get
be.
ahead of steam.
I think there'll be enough speed for Longleaf to look the winner for a bit and Good and Fast to win.
Yeah, that's all right.
I agree with you what you're saying.
I'll do the form tomorrow morning. Hopefully, depends if anyone wants to.
Nico?
Money.
I found a bit of value here. I think that these Melbourne colts aren't quite as good as the Sydney horses. Tends to be the way it is, so I'm against them. I like Declaration of Heart as a horse. I didn't like the map though. He's going to get back on the rail, sort of $4.80. I think he might be sort of the flashing light on for the Guineas like he was last start. I reckon he's looking for more 2,000 metres than a mile. And he's staying at 1,400. The horse I marked favourite was Wagner down from Sydney. I got the blue cap on.
Beautiful map though.
I love the map for him. He can just sort of slot in behind the speed there. Craig Williams peels him out the top of the straight. He's going to be right there. His wins in Sydney have been very good. The clock hasn't backed it up a lot, but they've been like very good wins. As I said, I marked him the favourite. The other horse I found was Longleaf. He had no chance of winning there. The race he was in last start. Like they just went back. Heavy 8 track, the wheel sort of spun at the top of the straight. He made okay ground, but on the figures and that was his.
Yeah, but I guess the blinkers back on.
Yeah, that was his worst run, but it wasn't that bad, so you can only improve off that. The blinkers go back on, J-Mac on. He was one I thought there was a bit of value there. I think he's probably one of the better Melbourne colts. Just even the way he returned when he beat home Native Soldier, he was fat. Like he had a lot of improvement out of that. I think now he'll be near enough to getting towards peak fitness, so I marked him a bit shorter than sort of $10.
Yeah,
play
well,
there.
that's a good point, right? When you were with me, I think.
Yeah,
in
like-
the yard, I would have said to you,
Native Soldier was more forward.
long term, Longleaf's got more improvement than Native Soldier.
Yeah.
So that run at Caulfield.
Now third up, you'd be thinking he has the work under his legs.
Seasoned, blinkers on.
The horse that won this race last year
You
was
pop me and then you pat me on the back and go, Walshy, you're a genius.
the other one I half found was Rugged Rascal. Liked his win there first up in Sydney in the Heritage Stakes. Sat last, he came home, he just bloused over the top of him. Paul Perry, they won this race last year with Paras, who's gone on to bigger and better things. I think he was also a bit of value there, around $21. I was happy enough to play those three and to be against sort of Declaration of Heart, Tabison, Good and Fast, Native Soldier.
Just quickly, Scoop, before you go, did you notice on the show last week how the 15 beat test dropped down to a 13? on the show.
It was a third.
Yeah, it
He's
sounds like
lowered it.
Jonathan isn't the athlete we once all thought he was. What a
Are
surprise.
we still going hard on the 13 or we
Well, no, 100% was 13.
And was it 20 metre sections or 10s?
Whatever Miss Vaughan measured
Oh,
his
Miss Vaughan.
PE class.
How'd she go?
unbelievable.
You're a fan, weren't you?
Bit of ginge, probably up your alley.
Oh.
Okay, back to the
I do
prelude.
like the ginge.
Back to the prelude. Ultra wary native soldier on the rebound. That Dane Hill form's usually okay. I respect Wagner coming down from Sydney, but I still want to see him do it. Declaration of Heart, if it was my horse, I'd just sort of sneak him here as Dicko and say. I can't really see many of these horses beating the Autumn Sun, so I just don't know whether you'd want to bust a horse up or get it knocked over. So I'd snag him out the back. I think the Hayes camp can probably use a little bit more of good and fast speed this time and sit forward of midfield, and that's probably the horse that I think's.
The Caulfield Guineas can throw up a lot of robbery though. Like, fucking, his horse won it last year. 101.
Oh, mate,
No
well,
good.
I don't want to talk about that.
It's never won another race.
I was on-
Kevin Tarry fucking
I
lost
was
that
on at
race.
$26 there, and I haven't processed that one. Some ones you just don't get over.
It's actually not my horse. I just like the look of it.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
He actually wrote. He was
Oh,
actually
he
good
hit the
last
line
start.
right. He hit the line
hit the
right.
line,
Yeah, he just,
and
well, with the wishes just had to completely bin him.
and then-
And then you just, that last 400, he thought, oh, fucking
Yeah.
hell, I might get rid of
And
him.
I saw-
Come back here, still in the stable. Is he in the
And
stable?
Mick Price, it looked like Mick Price gave Walker a dressing down after it, because I was sitting up just watching down below, and I'm like, oh, that was a pretty good run. And then Mick Price was absolutely giving it to Walker after
Well,
it.
the
So
tripod would have just lit up another day and
he's-
said, fuck off, Nick.
So there's a bit of love, bit of love lost there, but
Going down the ballet, son.
Yeah, I'll see you at 4 a.m. at the cross.
yeah, I don't know. So yeah, good and fast. That was the horse that I probably found here, but respecting Wagner and Native Soldier, especially if it's a bit more leaderish.
Righto, let's go.
1,000 Guineas prelude, which race 7, 400 metres.
Here's another one.
2 set wage penalties, $3 fillies.
Here's another one of my Betfair pots. You know, Sydney Way, Straight, etc. Smart Melody, $2.50. One easy. When I bottled it.
Wasn't it back though?
Yeah,
It was off the map.
Average. So it was
that was really good because I laid it shorter than I thought I would. So I mean, I got more out of it.
Simon Beasley laid it as well, so you weren't alone. He's a bit rusty though, isn't he? So he's back in the game. So
Yeah, I've been rusty since day dot. Music Bay, $8.
You were rusty that day.
El Dorado Dreaming, $9.
For a change.
And I think we've got double figures of rest here, haven't we? Let's get down the bottom of the screen. Yeah, double figures of rest, but this is a short favourite, Sweet Melody. Dicko, what did you make of the race?
Okay, Spanish Whisper, I think will lead. Now, I can't be 100% sure because last week, the same jockey on the 7-day backup, why they booked Jamie Carr again is beyond me. It's got 56 kilos. I would have put Ethan Brown on. 100%. Like, this is a serious race, this is a serious horse.
can you claim in these? She's
Yeah,
a
need
serious
it.
jockey.
He can get on at 56.
If
He
you're an
slaughtered this thing last week.
You
It
reckon?
should have won last week.
I'd be happy enough with Jaco.
Slaughtered it. If she rolls forward, if she learns from last week, which she's very likely to do, she is good. Very good.
In Adelaide.
Nah, she's alright.
Good
But
call,
she
Wishy.
She slaughtered this thing last week.
Yeah, even Wishy can get a kick in the twos.
Apparently he's up
Nah,
there 7 fourths.
Put down.
Hang on, you're off the screen again.
Oh, this is
Oh.
amateur.
This is no good. This. Yeah, you hold that mic.
Look, I think Spanish Whisper will lead, Smart Melody, Thrill Star's got speed, Thunderbarn's got speed, Multaja and Huma
Yeah, that's it.
get lovely runs here.
Huma.
Enjana, 3 back the fence. El Dorado Dreaming, sound slipper forward. Horses like Peaceful, Music Bay and Aristia, I don't know how they're going to land. I just can't get Smart Melody anywhere near the price.
Aristia, did you get one of them in year 10?
Come on, mate. Look, I thought I can't get Smart Melody anywhere near the price. It maps really well. I've got it the most likely winner on my prices, but I can't get it near that price. I thought Thrill Star can win, but I don't like the map. I thought Khalifa could win if they're running on, but I doubt they're running on that much. I want to back, and I'm keen to back now if you're betting early. Good bet Spanish Reef, good bet Huma, and good bet Enjana. Enjana was hemorrhaged last week, backs up now. If it's backing up, it's sweet. It won't start 21s if it starts. it'll start half that, and it can win. It's going to get a suck run here. Multaja can win this. This horse was Stroop massive. It's got a couple of bad runs and it's all of a sudden it's no good. Fuck off. Like, Thrill Star can win, but I just don't know with the map. And Music Bay and Golden Halo and Qualifa, I think will be the three that flash late.
Geez, you're fired up tonight. It must be those mountain goats.
We don't need it. Just tell them not to pull it. Don't pull it too hard.
Right,
They're that good though. They're so tasty.
I'd be hoping Anjana can run well here because I got to go on for. I got a 50 to 1 for the 1,000 guineas, but
I'm on Crone.
she's drifted back out. I'm with your Smart Melody. Like Randy's a talented filly, but 250.
Most likely winner, but fuck off 250.
It's really short. I think she could only drift.
She'll start $4.
Like they could. A lot of the bigger punters could take her on, and even the syndicates. Just the race she's out of, it just didn't rate at all. They barely even broke benchmark, and it
They
just
walked.
It was a complete.
And she was off the bit.
Yeah, like I think she's going to be suited up to 1,400. I couldn't take 250. If she got out to like 350, 380.
And 11 to 1,400.
She's got a pretty good map if she does get to that price.
Great man.
She still could be better than, but yeah, 250 bit short. It's a complete raffle. Eldorado Dreaming's going well. Spanish Whispers thereabouts. Hummer Multaja. I struggle to market sort of the price that it isn't, but like $81 Crystal Eyes. Maybe if you got like hundreds, 121 on the fair, something like that, or you're playing first four, she might be one. I think 1,400 suited. Ollie stays on. She's looking for ground. A few of these bubble might be sort of bursting, and they might go back to the sprint trips. Maybe truck her in for the first four, but no real sort of firm opinion here.
Scooty scoot. I'll make this quick. The money told the story last start at Flemington. 2 1,100 metres starts into 1,400 is something that I don't mind, but if it's only 1 1,100 metre start into 1,400, I don't like that. So this filly's gone 1,100, 1,100. She's one out of the box. She looks like 1,400 will suit. Not sure about 1,600, but that's not what we have to worry about on Sunday. Music Bay, no knock her last time, so she's qualified herself as probably, really good chance to knock her off. The only other X factor here is Anjana. She was fizzy and she wasn't herself last start. They're the 3 horses, and I'm very, very confident with those 3 chances in this race.
I agree. I reckon Music Bay should be a lot closer to Smart Melody. It's proven around the bend, Melbourne way, and it was almost as good as it at Flemington.
It's just the map. Like she's going to get.
Yeah, but the map. I just
Where
can't
have you got her?
back and cast.
It's going to be
No,
good.
last.
Cast. Just
Where?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. Like back and fucked.
No, it's a Smart Melody.
Oh, perfect.
Sort of just
But
3-1.
if she had a bad map, I'd completely pen her. But I think she'll probably. When she if she wins, I'll be like, oh yeah, fair enough. But
See what
take it
happens.
250.
The one thing that
See what happens with track pattern.
I think
Yeah.
Brendan O'Dulling, I think he was from Melbourne
Yeah,
once
he's-
upon a time. So
yeah.
don't worry about him from Barry 9 and back this thing.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing.
What?
If you're from Melbourne, right? You grew up in Melbourne.
Yeah.
You come back from you ride on Saturday, big day.
He hasn't
race.
forgot all
You're
of a
right,
sudden how to
hear
ride
me out,
Caulfield.
yeah, hear
He's
me out.
confirming
Hear
shit
me
to the
out.
Shire now,
Hear
mate.
me
You're
out.
up there from the
You
Shire,
ride-
mate. God's
you
country.
probably rides big day on
Yeah.
Saturday, couple of big winners.
Cronulla.
Mate, he rides some winners, gets some cash, jumps on a plane straight down to Melbourne to catch up with a few mates Saturday night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cooked. No good. Oh, jockeys can't drink when they're hungover. Then they go over the weight.
They can't drink when they come over, or they can't drink
Drink
dinner.
water. They can't drink water the next day.
So you think it might drift? Smart Melody.
I reckon.
It'll
I thought that.
You reckon definitely drift?
I thought the same last time though.
And it
I thought the same last time.
Dicko's employed a PI to follow Brendan and Bella around to make sure he doesn't go to the casino.
Yeah. So,
No, I
so,
wanted to go.
so Dicko thinks he's going to be on the piss, and next thing he'll start telling us that
If
Chris.
I was Brendan Abdallah and I rode a big winner on Saturday on the Epsom day, fucking look
We
out.
might have to swab you, Dicko, because next thing he'll say that Chris Lees can't train. I think you like Chris Lees.
Love Chris
Hey,
Lees.
And now you're trying to lane.
I think 250's the wrong price. I love Chris Lees.
Right,
Okay.
we started something up.
Chris
here,
Lees
so-
is,
Right,
I think
guess
Chris Lees
what?
is the number 1 trainer in New South
Are
Wales.
you going to lane again? Or you got your fill last
No,
time?
we potted track for fools. I potted another one I laid last start. Trail back in the true. I went through the guide, 225. It'll be good enough to lay.
Yeah.
I've got to work all this stuff out tomorrow, mate. There's a lot I've got to work out.
44
Now,
minutes. Race 8.
race
Group
8.
1. Wait for age.
Oh, yeah, hold on, mate. I've got the mic.
Yeah, which?
It's the Underwood Stakes, mate. It's the race of the day. It is Underwood Stakes Day. It's the Underwood Stakes over 1,800 metres, which is a Group 1 race. Thanks for informing me. Now, the favourite in the race is Grunt at $3. Humidor 380. We've got coming through at $7. Homesman at $7.50, and the International Blair House, which I left out, has had some backing and it's around the $5.50 mark. How have you mapped this?
There's no speed. I think Homesman will probably end up leading because there's no speed. They haven't notified yet. Blackheart Bart, I think, will roll forward. I reckon they should, they won't, but they should roll and lead with Grunt and go quick, because that's when the
he's
horse
at
is
his
suited.
best, yeah.
If it goes quick, I think he'll snick and they'll walk, and he's the wrong price because of that. If he leads, I think he'll win. I don't think he will, and I think he's unders. Coming through, suck run of the race, most likely winner in my opinion. Don't know what to do with Blair House. Bonneville could win, and I'm against Humidor at the price. I think it's poisonous. This is a horse that's not aimed this race at all. They don't give one fuck about it.
What about Homesman? That's all I want to ask you. What do you have it mapped?
I think it'll lead.
Yep.
I think it'll lead, and I think Blackheart Bar will probably sit outside it. If they went forward with Ambitious or Grunt, I'd be really confident either will run a really good race, but they won't.
This map could be thrown on its ear.
I think this race is horrible,
Yeah.
and I'm not interested in it. I've got no interest in this race at all.
Yeah, like
Right.
the race shape could bring a few of these undone. Like Humidor likes a fast, like high pressure race. Grunt likes a fast, high pressure race. Ambitious is probably in the same boat.
How far do you reckon I'll go quick or not?
No, because
Oh, because I wasn't listening to you.
Big-
There it is. Nice slap that.
Don't pull it too hard, Wishy.
No, it was Dicko. I was just trying to save him from falling off his chair.
Oh, it's dick.
No, so anyway, what was that? Speed? Lots or not?
Nah, not really at all.
You was betting too. What are you betting on?
Nothing?
Nah,
He's got the new bowler out. He's
No!
flashing the bowler.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, the great man.
No, I'll tell you what he's doing. We're down here.
Oh, yeah, good.
We're down here in Glen Iris.
Leave me alone.
We're in Glen Iris at the Hub of Finance here, and there'll be a couple of shields with a bit of money, you know, the big house down here in Melbourne East and that.
He's just
I reckon the
fucking right.
Bumbles started to light up. I reckon Bumbles just started to light up and he can't help himself. He's like, being a caribou fatigue.
that is my Porsche out the front.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Half travel.
Yeah, the top does go down.
Yeah.
back to the races.
Yeah, back to the races.
Grunt and Humidor probably won't be
Ding,
suited to
ding,
this
ding.
race shape. If you put Blair House in your numbers from the Mounting Up Mail,
Launching.
I'm happy to back it. Like, there's so many knocks on these others, just the way the race could shape. He's got some serious form overseas. James McDonald, we saw last week. They just don't bring him over for no reason. Like,
What
they
did you
usually
make of Toast and Basil, Nick?
come over and run well. I think he needs 2,000, 2,400 before we'll see the best of him.
Okay.
Yeah, if you put him in the numbers or suggesting a bet on him, he'll be the one I'll be playing. Then coming through gets a nice run. He can run well off slow speeds. He's won races in Sydney off the slower tempos. He just wasn't really that suited to the faster tempo last time. I think he's better when they do sort of roll along slowly, and he can just sort of have that suck run and takes away sort of Grunt and Humidor's strength, which is probably that they're better horses than the others.
I thought if I had to bet, I'd back Bonneville each way.
It's a big price.
It's just like the big odds. It's as good as most of these, if right.
Well, we want good racing in these Group 1s. I want open racing where punters don't know what to do and hopefully
This is
lead
great
their
for
money in
you.
the bag, yeah. Well, I'll say that and then I'll go home and cast. Caulfield's a bloody death trap. I'd rather working at Flemington.
Would you?
Oh.
That's because no one wants to bet an actual ring at Flemington because they ruined the joint and they will come in and bet with you.
No, I think it'll work out at Flemington. It's had one meeting there, right?
Yeah, they had the bookmakers meeting on Wednesday and apparently no.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's not good.
if
They
they
just
start,
said no, I can't do anything. Can't do anything about that.
but
Sorry.
if they actually put some bars and some umbrellas out there,
they're
it'd
not
be-
going to.
well, they can't. They may. You can't
Like
say
the carnival.
just in
Apparently
general.
the members is like an airport lounge. The new
Yeah,
stand.
I went in for a look. It's the members is put on for our age group in racing. The people who just want to go there and have a drink and bet on their phones. Whereas a couple of the proper members weren't really impressed because they want to be able to punt, see the horse. You know, the more old school members are not old. The feedback I've got, they're not entirely happy. But look, racing, sport caters for all demographics. But I think the new ring can improve by. All they need to do is put some food and drink there and some umbrellas and bits and pieces, and
Nah, Flemington's no good.
it's great.
They just whacked up another hedge in the middle of the mounting up too.
Yeah, that's weird.
Clueless. They got no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, you can't put a hedge in there. Anyway,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Sid.
I'll talk about the Underwood Stakes just to get the show back on track.
On an even keel.
Yeah, there's going to be some improvers in this race. I'm not sure. I want to touch Grunt at 320. I think Humidor, they should be targeting a race like the Caulfield Cup, but I've heard they're not, which is terrific. Not sure about Blair House, but who can knock sort of Charlie Appleby's absolutely airborne.
It's too good.
I'll admit that I had more on Homesman this week to win the Caulfield Cup. I think the horse is flying. The horse that looks set for this race though is Ambitious. He was really good last start in the same race as Homesman, and he's just got that sharper, like sort of 2,000 metre form. But I think this is the, sort of the end of the road for him, and this is where he's got a winnable race. Go back to his replay last start, and he was quite good in the Dardo.
It was good for the line.
Really
like
good.
past the line.
Yeah, really good.
Super.
And then you look through like, he was a horse that was targeted at the Queen Elizabeth. It was close in the Dooma Cup, Australian Cup. Like, he's just a genuine 2,000 metre animal. And if all these other horses have been trained for longer distances, it just doesn't, like, at $19 or $21, that's a massive price. And you got Mark Zara, barrier 4, and small fields. Mark Zara's got really good stats, so he's sort of the X factor. Ambitious.
Real flash, Dicko.
Who's this?
Zara's no good at the Ballarat if he's been on the piss at the casino the night before.
No, so
There's none from 8 there.
anyway, so Ambitious each way at $9 is a great way to play this race. I think that Tosin Basil is a big price in the it looks like a Melbourne Cup horse to me.
If it runs in the Melbourne Cup with a name like Basil, it'll be heavily backed.
Is it qualified or what's it?
It should be.
No, you know when you're in the crowd, they're the ones that you look at it and go, might be 100 to 1. They go, they back this, although I'll back Basil.
Just
They'll back it for the name.
speaking of jockeys that might be under the weather, we need to be conscious of D Lane on Sunday. This big West Coast boy.
50s in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
They win the granny. These D Lane.
Vodka soda.
As if the boys aren't letting him in come to the nightclub.
Yeah.
Can't have a few beers with us. He wants to drink with the boys, just want to calm. All of a sudden it's 4 a.m. and he doesn't know where he is.
Yeah.
He's driving fucking 5 favourites the next day, and you've got to be careful.
And he doesn't mind a drink either.
That's why he buy them out of your mail.
Right.
I can smell it.
So anyway,
You've got a bit of Mel Gibson conspiracy theory about you. You just think everyone's on the gas and all this sort of stuff.
Hey, there's a mirror in front of him. Yeah, Scooty Ambitious each way or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
good.
throwing it out there.
Nick-
And Tosin Basil might be a surprise packet in the Melbourne Cup. There it is.
Nick, you're with the International, and Dicko
Not playing.
not playing. Right.
Race North.
Tosin Basil, Nico's right here. Tosin Basil got beaten 2.6 in the Hong Kong Vars behind Highland Real. You know what Weir's like? This horse could just be ready Cup day. There you go.
And if it's ready tomorrow or Sunday,
No,
just
it's
watch
not-
the fair.
no, it's
He'll
not-
tell you.
no,
He
it's
actually
not
tells
ready.
you without
No,
telling you.
it needs a fair few runs, but this could be a Melbourne Cup.
So did Humidor at Hemorrhage.
Just-
44s in the 20s,
You
bang.
just
one.
watch the fair. Watch
Yeah.
the fair.
Anyway,
We're telling you about the fair.
what?
How's that work?
Well, I know how good it is already, and you guys are just starting to believe it.
Oh, just starting.
I'm a believer. Anyway, we've got the jukebox at Aquas Farm, handicap over 1,700 metres now. Short favourite, very well specced horse, which is Furion at $2.30. And then we've got Best of Days, another dollar,
Harley.
and Down on Roman at $7.50. All of them are about the $7.50 mark, and then double figures the rest. This is a big field. This is statistically short in a big field. I'm not saying it should be short, but like just a field at 8.
It's one of the most
$1.60.
exciting horses in the card, though.
Yeah, there you
This
go.
horse ran the best figures of the day at Flemington. It just did it like a really good animal.
If this horse was in the Underwood, I'd have it on top.
I'd back it in the Underwood.
Fuck off.
I would
Yeah.
back it. You get a good price. But why isn't it?
Oh no, what's the map
They're
like?
going to the Bendigo Cup.
What? Isn't this? It's come from like a benchmark 78.
It ran the best time of the day.
Sorry.
Punny form.
It's a Group 1 horse.
Now, it probably wins. Danon Roman was really good as well. Probably runs in the top 3. But I think there's a horse here that I never thought I'd tip ever in my life again.
Where have you got it on the map, Fury?
I haven't mapped the race. I've done all the valley.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
around the
scary
top.
part.
It's drawn one again at
Yeah.
Caulfield, and then we're saying look, maybe leaderish. I know distance races are a bit different, but you
No,
guys.
it's John McNeil.
Who?
You think John McNeil is going to get this thing out and win? He's got a big opportunity for DK Weird. This thing's going to be seeing clear air.
I'm going to swab you after the show because John McNeil is.
He's good. I'm a Dry fan.
Knock him down, Joe.
Anyway, Mark Zara, number 7, Seaburge. He hit the line as good as anything last start. Could be back. This horse is running Cox plates. This is a proper horse. If it is back, it can win this. And I'm happy to spec it at big odds here each way. Number 7, Seaburge.
Wow. Seaburge, Sosie Bond.
I know.
It's a real blast from the past. It's a retro show here.
Okay, I've got to get this sorted out. I don't think I just had a missed call there from the father. You know, where's the YouTube show? Dicko's a bit of a character. He's going to get a bit of service tonight, isn't he? Eh? Right, Dicko, what have we got?
Yeah, if he had a drawn out, he'd be like chips in for me. Furion, he's a serious talent. He's a Group 1 horse in time. I don't think he'll get there this spring because that's not the plan with him. They'll just race him through his grades and let him mature. He sort of still is a bit immature, like a few of those sort of 4-year-olds at the moment. We just got 230. There's like it's a tricky map for him. We said that last start though, but it was Flemington. Like it's a bit of a different setup here to Caulfield. I think he's your most likely winner. Best of days, he's got talent coming down from Sydney. He's in the same boat though. He's drawn barrier 2 and he gets back. Lifeless Ordinary was good there first up. He can be running well here, but like Dan Rogan he might get the better of the map with Best of Days and Furion. He wasn't that far off Furion last start, but he might be one that can, if they don't get out or whatever, he'll be right there in the finish. But if Furion had a drawn out, he'd be chips in for mine. The map just scares me a lot.
Furion, I couldn't really have him at the price last start. He blew him away, fair enough. Again, I can't get him at the price. Another dollar's put in 2 really good runs in Sydney, and she's got form around 2,000 metres to a horse called Youngstar, who's ticking over nicely for a Caulfield Cup. Will be right down the weights. Dannon Roman gave away fitness to Furion, so he's now second up. He's got Rat's on fire at the moment. Just have a look at yesterday. Radipole, another horse is going really well. Drawn awful, but $26 a big price.
It's good improved, Rapol. It shit itself in the yard last start.
Interlocutor has the grouse dollar for dollar form.
I'm just thinking 9 races in D Lane, he's just got through it all.
It's a tricky map.
West Coast to 1 by 48. He's been on the piss all the line. He's like, fuck this, I don't
They're
want
hanging
to.
around Mickey Gardner.
Yeah, Mickey Garner, those sort of types.
Yeah.
You got to just remember, if West Coast win
Daniel
a comp,
Chick, Mickey Gardner.
they win a comp, all of a sudden out of the shadows here comes Daniel Chick, Cuz, Gardner.
Do you reckon Benny Cuz be in Melbourne? Or no,
Oh, he'll find a way.
no, he's probably got a bloody ankle bracelet on.
He's locked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
find a way.
And then the back to the racing. The other horse that looked big odds off its last start performance behind Violate was Sully. Like if you go back through Sully's form, he's he's not far behind horses like Grunt, Kementari, Ace High. It's genuine like Group 1, Group 3 form.
Yeah, it is,
He's run enormous there. So if that horse is back, which he could be, $26 a big price. Like, if I was riding in this race, I would just be trying to put Furion through the fence and intimidate Jai McNeil. He's not a great jockey. And I'm saying another dollar, Dannon Roman, Radipole, Interlocutor, Sully are all massive chances, and you might be able to book it out nicely on the fair and do some Dutch betting.
Dutchy.
Yeah, you can just Dutch that out.
There's enough knocks there with Furion, like the barrier 1. That you can, if you want to, you can bet here to get him beat, and you'll be getting like good prices.
Yeah, like you got it. Like
Right, no, right.
I think of it like to take the misses out if I had one
You
for
got
a
three
nice
of them.
for a nice
You got
dinner.
fucking 3 of them.
They're a nice dinner. You don't tell the stories. Oh yeah, I back this $2.30 chance, and we're going to rock pool. Like you need to get these things buried.
You tell them nothing, mate. What the hell's wrong with you? You tell them absolutely nothing. You go, Jesus Christ, I don't know where we're going to get the food from tonight.
Broke even again, Dom.
Oh, what happened? Oh, I had to let Dicko a monkey just to get him bored. Why do you let him anymore?
Get fucked.
That's what I'm
Righto,
saying.
that's it. Best bet, boys. Wish? Anything?
What was I tipping? I tipped that long
One
leaf
leaf each way.
Yeah.
Value bet. My best bet is race 4, number 14, Miss Leonidas at $5. Best bet. My value bet on the card will be race 5, number 10, True Elixir, and number 4, Sosie Bond. Back them both. Lay of the day, priced icon. Too short.
Nick, fire him. Show him a clean set of heels, mate.
Best of the day, prized icon.
Case, another case. You owe me a case for another show.
You've only about 6 slabs of coke.
What?
I'm not betting you a case there.
You owe me a case for another show.
Well, I owe you a case, so I'm not betting you another one.
Betting.
Best value.
Took 20 off me before the show, kicking the footies through the door, which the wish failed at last week.
Because it was easy, mate.
It's a tough shot.
Best value, Sosibon.
Yeah, best is the Guri Double Smart Melody prized icon. Just load up on that. And then Ambitious is the best roughie on the card easily.
Right, no worries. Now we're going to have the Case Bet Cup.
Where's my phone?
I've decided this. It's going to be the Moya at Moonee Valley on
Shit.
Friday night.
I got it.
It's a nice big field. Obviously, it's a short favourite. Now, it was a horrendous morning this morning. I had to get up at 5:30 and I wasn't going fishing for the first time for a bloody long time. And I listened to the radio. So, as I said, I've done very little today on the racing side of things. I'm going to take Vidora. They were pretty confident on the radio, you know. So, you know, trainers and jockeys are good tipsters. So,
Maybe
I'll
if we
take
take this race, they'll all be gone. Anyway, I'll take Hootson. There'll be nothing.
Oh, no, you can't take Hootson.
You can't take Hootson,
Can't take
Dicko.
Hootson.
It's too short.
It's your show and you're taking the second
I thought it was
favourite.
longer. I haven't looked at the
That's
race.
nasty by you.
Hang on. Let me just say something. Nature Ship will win by 4 lengths.
Right.
It's a fucking moral. So I'm worried about doing this race. I'll take Ball Muscle flying.
Won't last. Or will it?
It'll run last or second.
Nick, are you playing in here or not?
Nico?
I'll take Brave Smash.
Oh, fuck. I'll take Miss Rock. She's a good knockout, but barrier 13. If she drew inside, she could win that.
So
Right.
stay on. Watch Twitter because this will probably fill up within 2 minutes, and we'll do another race probably at Caulfield as well.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the end of the show. Now, if you don't want to watch,
Hey, mate,
if you don't want to watch the viewer questions, thanks for watching. We'll get into some viewer questions, and we'll quickly talk about the granny.
I'm the host here.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what we're doing.
Thanks for your attendance in the viewing of the show today. I hope everyone had a lovely evening. Now we're going to switch to our
We'd
valuable viewer questions.
We'd like to thank Mountain Goat for.
We'd like to thank Mountain Goat. We'd like to thank
Punting
Nick
form.
and Nick, who
We like playing for.
part of the furniture, to be honest. Punting form is a great asset to any punter, as is the ability in the liquid market that is provided by Betfair.
To get in and get out if you need. So, say for example you backed approach to screw 5 minutes before the jump, and then all of a sudden it starts to hemorrhage,
Yeah.
and you start to get, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
That weird horse that looked really good in the yard, they're starting to come for it. Possibly they're going to sneak the other one and look after the other one. Possibly, so then you can adjust your position and protect your bank. That is why Betfair is the only way to bet.
This is the best thing coming from Dicko, protect your bank. I love him when he fires up and just gets on bigger and bigger and rolls into it. This is a moral and just lands it and goes up. People might not know this, but a number of years back, oh Dicko, what's going on? No, I'm going to Europe for 4 weeks. What happened? Oh, not much. Just had a good day Saturday. Just going to Europe for 4 weeks. Just take off. That's the sort of stuff we want to see.
You know, I've grown up a lot, and there's a lot of responsibility starting to fall upon my shoulders. I need to start to behave a little bit more
Do you know
responsibly.
your responsibilities too? The people who buy the Mountain Yard Mail, the people who support the mailbag.
100%. 100%. Back my best bets.
So let's look after these people
Now,
and answer
before
their
I forget,
questions.
just before I forget,
Let's
get
go
the
through
business
the
out of the way though. Moonee Valley preview will be via the podcast. So if you want it, get the membership. Someone will come on with me. I'm not sure who, but I've done the card. It's a really good card. Now, viewer questions. What are you doing with Sweet Rocket Wishy at the Valley? You don't even know what's in there.
Oh, Rail's back in the true. If any other jockey was on it, I'd say have a bet. She'll find a
Oh
way.
no, Sweet Rocket's at the Caulfield, is it?
No, I reckon it's at the Valley.
No, it's at the Valley. I think it's in the Scarborough Stakes.
Yeah, look on it. But the thing
Bobby.
is,
It's a great question though from Rob. I don't know what to do.
well,
Because if she rolls and leads, I think it'll win.
but
But I don't think she'll roll and lead.
you've forgotten about the biggest thing about this horse. It's on the Strathair surface, which has more give in it, which she did actually. She only got pinched 300.
True. And she tweeted something about the water tracks and
Oh, she loves it. She's already up and
she's
about
very
the Valley.
excited.
Yeah, so I mean the Valley's got
I
a
almost
different,
tagged him in it.
different surface and all the rest of it. But look, obviously the horse has got ability, but I haven't done the form. But yeah, just take into consideration the surface it is running on Friday night.
Do you know which race it is?
Race 6.
Mate, I'm in the Melbourne Harbour Finance.
Yeah, if Hummer runs, it'll win. I think it's a fucking moral. There.
Save it for the podcast. So you answered Rob's question.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well, I
What's the
think
next
it'll
one?
win. can't remember. Let's just talk about the grand final and we're done. Who wins and North?
Oh no, why is Chop King called Chop King?
I've done this 40 times. So
There was another question underneath that.
Yeah,
wasn't
what?
if you ever played football or cricket, like a cricket club or footy club, there's like an older bloke at the club. So like, wouldn't have been the Wish, you know. It's a sort of bloke at the club, like senior
it? I was
bloke.
cut down in my prime.
He's
mate.
in the leadership group, but he's just a weapon when he's out. He's a chop king. He gets all the girls, chops,
Yeah.
roots.
Yeah.
Okay. Often that chop king, he's an older guy, and then he meets a girl, gets married, because he's a chop king, he can't help himself. He fucks up that marriage. Right? He's still playing footy. The chop king comes back to the club. It's like Hugh Bowman. He was riding all the winners. Then when the Winks come around, he lost his mojo.
Right.
Comes back to the club out with the boys, and he doesn't know how to find that girl. Like once he gets one off the mark, he's away, and he's going to ride more winners.
So, even
So
if you
Hugh
had one
Bowman,
for
when
sleep,
he finally rode a winner after Winks, he's back to normal.
It's
So
just,
we were calling Hugh Bowman the Chop King,
oh.
and Hugh Bowman's thought of as the best jockey. You know, I don't think he is.
I sort of like the nickname, but now I'm sort of off it.
It's the bloke whose bumble's just been going bang, 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 bang when the leafy eastern suburbs of Melbourne here, you know.
I
Be a
think
few
Chop-
single mothers getting
I
right on
think-
the Porsche.
I think Ethan Brown's the next Hugh Bowman. I think he's a superstar.
Oh wow.
Righto, what was the other question that followed that? I saw?
Why is Michael Walker called Tripod?
Oh,
Well, I started calling him tripod off some information I got off Jonathan Walsh.
it wasn't off me.
How did you respond to it?
No, it was off what's his name?
We're not going to have to talk about it, but yeah, he's got a. I think he's got a big rudder. He's got a good sized rudder on the ship.
Yeah, he doesn't walk like that because he's got a sore back.
He's got a bit of swagger.
Who wins the AFL?
I think Collingwood will win.
Most valid point I've heard of the week is let's just pray for West Coast. Because if they win, they're all going to fly back home and we're going to have to put up with a very small percentage of West Coast supporters for the rest of the year. Like copping the Richmond shit for 12 months, torture. Yeah.
No, I fucking hate West Coast like, with a severe passion.
Yeah, but you're just from the Shire.
Yeah,
mate,
but I
you
hate
know.
Collingwood more.
No,
so
I
I
don't
don't think
I
West
like
Coast
one
will.
Collingwood. I used to like one Collingwood when Nick Davis was playing for him back in the day in Bucks.
Well, there's a chance I reckon Collingwood might have shown their hand a bit. Like they've shown
Yeah,
all
I
their
reckon
tricks.
they do, yeah.
I get there's no tricks left, and they blitzed Richmond.
Dry day.
Like straight away, they'll just double team
The
Cox.
drier it is,
The
the
more-
better Collingwood will go.
You reckon?
The wetter
No.
it is. Yeah, because like that's why they killed Richmond, because Mason Cox got off the lead and his hands are sticky when it's dry.
Yeah, but they won't.
If it gets wet and
Actually,
slippery,
I'm not going to pass
it's
comment. I'm
no
the
good.
worst football punter known to
The
man.
biggest difference on Friday night was it was a beautiful night for footy and Mason Cox had sticky fingers. If he just marks it or brings it right to ground and you get it quickly to go one-on-one, he beats anyone. Like, he beat Alex Rance repeatedly, who's supposed to be one of the A-grade defenders in the comp. He beat him one-on-one because the ball comes in quick.
Right, I had enough. Got a headache. Hope West Coast win. Anyone against me?
No, I'm with West Coast.
Oh, West Coast.
I'm with Collingwood.
I hope West Coast win.
Yeah.
But who's gonna win? What's your tip?
My tip is I'll have somewhere. The line would be 10 plus schooners at the MCC members. You can bet unders or overs.
I'll take unders.
Good luck,
Give you on the
brothers.
vodka sodas for that, Rick. You should be.
Yeah.
Can't stop the video. Vodka